one. We're live, hopefully. All right, folks. It's 9:30 in the morning, and I'm sweating. I'm a little bit agitated today, to be honest. It's hot. There's a reason why people don't stay in Slab City in the summer, folks. Because it is an endurance test, it is a resilience test, and I'm just getting started. There's a reason why it took 4 years for me to get up the courage to make the decision to live here. So not only are we dealing with very high temperatures, we're dealing with humidity. Today is like 30% humidity at least, you know? And the reason I'm told that we have high humidity in this area is because of all the agriculture, and also there is a geothermal plant, and they kick out a lot of moisture. So if it weren't for all of that, this would probably be a much drier climate, which makes it much easier for sweat to evaporate. So right now I'm like covered in a film of sweat. It's not the same humidity as like the East Coast, where it would be like 60%, 70% humidity, you know, just insane. But yeah, but it also has me wondering, you know, back during when the Native Americans were the primary inhabitants of Turtle Island, which is what the United States used to be known as pre-Columbus. It makes me wonder if the East Coast was really all that humid, but with all the human activity, with the industrial age kicking out all kinds of moisture. Hi, welcome. Low audio. Oh, let me turn that up. Thank you for saying something. Okay, can you hear me now? Test, test, test. Testing. Can you hear me now? Is that better? I have my microphone plugged in. Okay, great. Appreciate hearing that feedback, because I forgot. I've been turning my volume down every night when I go to sleep, because like if someone texts me in the middle of the night, I get woken up. I don't want that happening. Whew. So I am dripping, pouring sweat. It's 95 degrees. The main reason I'm dripping, pouring sweat is because it's humid. And I'm a bit agitated because I went to go get the ladder and it's in an area where I can't get it. I was going to put that shade cloth up. It's a triangle that was going to fit in that slot there. I think what I'll do is ask my friend Michael if I can borrow his ladder so you can come with me, although he doesn't want to be on film, so no, you can't come with me. So basically, I guess what I'm going to do right now, I wanted you to join me for my last minute prep, but being that I can't get the ladder right now, I'm just going to explain my last minute prep. So last minute prep is for this triangular sail to go up, because in the afternoon, the sun, the heat of the day comes in like brute force right here. And this is the area where I like to sleep at night, on that cot. The cot leaning against my tire. And as the temperatures rise, the sun beats down on the ground and just heats up the ground like an oven. And then, you know, if I'm sleeping here, I feel that radiant heat. So it's really important that I get this shade sail up today. So today is supposed to be a high of 108. My friend 𝐤𝐞𝐭 was telling me that 108 is when the body starts really struggling to stay cool, and it gets really dangerous. So what I usually do during those temperatures is I hang out in my camper van, you know, under my shade structure, so the direct sun is not heating up the van. It's just the air temperature that heats up the van. And I run my 𝐵𝐼𝐼𝐼 fan, which is running right now, right there. Hi. Ahoy. Thank you for joining me live. So I run my fan directly on me, and then I have a pan of water beside me, and I dip. These days I'm dipping a handkerchief and a washcloth in them. I lay the handkerchief on my chest to cool my core, and I put the washcloth on top of my head. And that's how I've been getting through the hottest parts of the afternoon. Although lately, my friend 𝐸𝐞𝐭 has been taking me to the canal with he and his dogs. Although they lost privileges for running away, so I think it's going to be he and I doing canal runs, which is a rich, fortunate blessing to, you know, ideally without air conditioning, you either have a pool or you have some kind of water access, like a river, a lake, a pond, and you can go there during the hottest part of the day. But the challenging part of the canal is there's metal ladders, so the metal gets scorching hot, so you don't want to touch it with your bare hands. The concrete also gets hot, so it's like hazards. So I'm thinking I might bring my work gloves when it starts getting really, really hot to the canal. So potentially I could walk to the canal. It is a long walk. I think it's like a mile from here. So I'm learning to acclimate to walking in the heat with a woolen cloak. I tested that out yesterday and that worked pretty well. I'm having an ant problem in the van, unfortunately. So they've been getting in through this wire. So I just sprinkled diatomaceous earth on the wire last night because they were like marching up there and getting in the van. And then when I was sitting on my bed, they were crawling on me. And, you know, it's 3 a.m. I was having a pee break, and they're opportunists. So they're like, so now I've got to troubleshoot that. So I bought a big bag of diatomaceous earth at Zendaya's in Calipatria for 13 bucks, 14 with taxes. So my friend 𝐸𝐿𝐿 says to sprinkle the diatomaceous earth all around the van. So what diatomaceous earth will do, it takes about 8 to 10 hours, is when the ants walk through it, and so far they seem to be avoiding. But I think the ants are active at night. I think they go nocturnal and don't work during the day, so the real test will be tonight to see if they start crawling up that wire again, that extension cord. So the diatomaceous earth basically dries up their bodies, and it's made up of fossilized diatoms. Diatoms are tiny algal plants in the ocean. I think this is oceanic diatomaceous earth. So it's like sharp, tiny, microscopic pieces of glass. So it basically cuts up their chitin, their external shell of their bodies. Ideally, they'll just stay away. You know, they'll see the diatomaceous earth and they'll be like, oh, can't go there. So wish me fortune on that one. I don't like the word luck. Luck is like, roll the dice. Wish me great fortune with dealing with these ants. All right. So yesterday, I'll summarize yesterday. Yesterday, my friend 𝐤𝐞𝐭 and I, we went to town. We went to a place called Donut in Calipatria, and they have incredible French fries. And honestly, I've been trying to stay away from any kind of fried foods, but oh boy, I couldn't say no. So we shared a giant styrofoam helping of French fries with mayonnaise. Oh, I love French fries with mayonnaise. So yeah, we split that, and then we went into the canal twice, like an hour both times, and then we ended the day by watching Into the Wild, the story of Chris McCandless, who actually came here to Slab City. So he was this kid in the 1990s who got really disillusioned by society, like many of us here in Slab City, and he basically left home, left his family. His parents went on vacation, and after he graduated college, he decided to, when his parents were away on vacation, he decided to just leave across country on foot with a backpack. No, actually he drove across the country all the way to Arizona, I think it was. Got his car, he parked his car overnight in a wash and he got flooded out. He could have died right then. But he ended up abandoning the car and taking off on foot with just one of those old-timey metal frame backpacks. And so his whole goal was to get to Alaska and live off the land. So I'm not going to give away the story in case you've never seen it. But you can watch it for free on YouTube with ads, or if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it without ads. So yeah, we watched that last night before bed. And last night was the hottest night I have experienced here in Slab City. It was in the 80s and it was uncomfortable. I had a hard time falling asleep. Thankfully, there weren't any bugs that bothered me, so I was able to sleep on my cot. I have a canvas cot that I absolutely love. It has been my sleeping salvation because it's just too hot to sleep in the van. So it took a while for the air to cool down, but I think it got low to like 82 degrees or something. So, and there wasn't much of a breeze, so, but I think about 4 a.m. is when I actually covered my bare body with a sheet. So, and then I got up about 3, and that's when I noticed my ant problem was getting worse. So I'm told that I need to deal with these ants. So I want to deal with that. Let's see how I can set this up so you can watch me. I don't know how, YouTubers basically show their whole life on camera. I have a hard time trying to get things done and setting the camera up so people can see what I'm doing. But I will try at least part of what I'm doing. It's like, if I'm gonna get anything done, I can't hold a camera and pour diatomaceous earth, right? So let's see. That's kind of blocking. So I'm gonna start this project right by the door. So let's move this stuff. I am so glad I have my shade structure built because it's a lifesaver. And I can't read. I don't have my glasses. So let me get those. I'll be right back. Oh yay, I can fit in the frame. Can you hear me? got my electrolyte drink. It's absolutely critical that I stay hydrated at all times. So here is the brand that I got of 𝐸𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐸𝐼𝐻. It's called 𝐨𝐼𝐼𝐻 Brand Home or 𝐨𝐼𝐼𝐻 Home. 4 pounds, so I'm hoping this will last me several seasons. And what I did was I took an herb shaker and filled it with the 𝐸𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐸𝐼𝐻 because it's really cumbersome, like dipping my hand in the 𝐸𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐸𝐼𝐻 and spreading it, and it's very drying. It's like basically the consistency of chalk. All right, so I'm gonna start sprinkling this around my van. Actually, just show you as I'm doing that. So let's just flip the camera. I only want a pool, but there's a lot of yeah buts. The main one being that pools don't last. I'd be throwing away plastic probably, and then a lot of the reviews suck. So I'm not willing to spend money only to have it break on me after a couple uses. So I'm looking at getting a cold plunge, like an ice bath, or an old-timey bathtub would be even better. Okay, so let's look at what I'm doing here. Okay, folks, I'm gonna have to end this live stream because my phone's overheating. I'm wrapping it in a washcloth, in a wet washcloth with a fan on it. Can you hear me? I want to invite you to check out my Ko-fi membership, link in the description. Also, I have a t-shirt line on T-Mill, which is my store. Check out that link in the description as well. Can you hear me? Everyone left. Okay. All right. See you in the next video.